Every piece of mental health advice assumes you already know what mental health is. You don't. Neither does anyone who just keeps saying, take care of yourself, without ever defining the thing they're telling you to take care of. That's not a personal failure. That's a 30-year instruction gap. And it's exactly why the advice never quite sticks. This video is the part that got skipped. By the end, you'll know exactly what mental health actually is, why nobody ever taught you, and a 4-pillar framework that tells you where your system stands right now, in under a minute. I'm Tim Naylor, a certified peer specialist in mental health and substance abuse. This is Korvani, peer support for adults living real lives. Let's get into it. So let's clear something up. Mental health isn't whether you feel sad on a Tuesday. It isn't a diagnosis. It isn't a mood. Mental health is how the whole system is running, every day, all day, even when you're not paying attention. Here's the actual definition in plain words. Mental health is your ability to handle stress, connect with people, do things that matter to you, and bounce back from hard moments. Not the hard moments themselves, your capacity to meet them. That's a system. And like any system, it works better when you maintain it. It runs worse when you don't. Most of us only check on it after it's already crashed. Think about how we treat physical health. You don't only think about your body when something hurts. You eat, you sleep, you move, you rest. The maintenance is built in. Mental health works the same way. It just isn't talked about that way. So we wait. Here's where this gets practical. Everything I just described, the system, the history, the gap, it's useless without a way to actually check in on yourself. So I'm going to give you one. It takes 30 seconds. You can use it tonight. 4 pillars. Let's walk through them. So here's the framework I use and the one we walk through in the Korvani workbook. There are 4 pillars: sleep, connection, movement, calm. Pillar 1, sleep. Not just hours, quality. When you're sleeping enough, hard things feel manageable. When you're not, normal things feel like too much. The cleanest signal of mental health changing is sleep changing. Pay attention to that one first. If your sleep slips for 2 weeks in a row, your system is telling you something before your mood does. Pillar 2, connection. Real human connection. Not scrolling, not texting. Presence. A 15-minute coffee with a friend matters more than 4 hours on social media. We're wired for it. When connection drops, mental health drops with it. Not because you're weak, because you're a human, and humans need this. One conversation a week with someone who actually sees you is more support than most people are getting. Pillar 3, movement. Your body and your mind aren't separate systems. When the body sits still all day, the mind starts spiraling. You don't need a gym. A 10-minute walk twice a day moves the needle more than most people expect. The point isn't fitness. The point is signal. Movement tells your nervous system you're alive and engaged. Pillar 4, calm. This one gets skipped. Calm isn't the absence of stress. It's having a way to come back down after stress. Could be 5 minutes of quiet in the morning. Could be slow breathing in the car. Could be putting your phone away after dinner. The pillar isn't perfection. It's whether your nervous system gets to reset ever. Most people go years without it and wonder why they feel wrecked. Sleep, connection, movement, calm. Those 4, memorize them. They're the system. Here's the move that changes everything. Stop asking, am I depressed or not? That's a yes or no question for a system that has 4 dimensions. Start asking, how am I doing across the 4 this week? Rate each one from 1 to 10 in your head right now. Sleep, what's the number? Connection, movement, calm. Don't think about it too hard. Trust the first number that comes up. Whichever pillar is lowest, that's where you start. Not the one that sounds important, not the one a wellness influencer told you to focus on. The lowest number. That's where the leverage is. If sleep is a 4, you don't need a meditation app yet. You need a real bedtime. If connection is a 3, you don't need a gym membership. You need to text someone and meet up this week. The pillar tells you the move. The move is small. That's the point. Try the rating once a week. Sunday night works for most people. Pick the lowest number. Pick one small action for it. Do that for 4 weeks. You'll be in a different place than you are right now. Not because you tried harder, but because you finally aimed the work. That's the foundation. Mental health is a system. 4 pillars: sleep, connection, movement, calm. You check it by rating each one from 1 to 10 once a week. You change it by picking the lowest number and taking one small step. Not the one that sounds important, the lowest one. That's where the leverage is. The next video is about triggers. What actually sets you off, why it's almost never the thing you think it is, and how to start seeing your own patterns before they run you. That's where this framework gets sharp. If you want the full version, reflection prompts, exercises, and a 4-week plan that fits a real life, it's in the Korvani workbook at stan.store/Korvani. Link in the description. Subscribe to Korvani for the rest of the module series. This is peer support, not therapy, not medical advice, not a replacement for clinical care. If you're working through something that feels too big to hold alone, bring a clinician in. That's not failure. That's using the right tool for the size of the problem. If you're in crisis right now, call or text 988. I'm Tim Naylor. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I see every comment.